December 1st, which means it is time for starting a new tarot challenge. This month I'm going to do the Tarot Mentors Revisited Challenge, which was posted on Instagram by Rosa of Swords. Thank you so much for posting this challenge. It really resonated with me, and because it was kind of a different and an interesting take on a tarot challenge and on reading cards in general. Because you're not doing a spread or drawing. It's kind of more about the way that the deck has been shuffled and or oriented that way. Excuse me. So for this challenge, for some strange reason, I have felt drawn to use the Animal Totem Tarot, which is by Leeza Robertson. I got this in a trade or on sale, and I don't know, I didn't really seek it out. It kind of sought me out. You can see the back of the cards here. When I got them, I was obsessed with these backs. They are so beautiful and they're so intricate, and the colors are just so perfectly me. I am not really an animal tarot person, and so it's interesting that these cards came to me. But from what I understand and from what I've read in this book, by the way, there is a great book that comes with this. It's, a book. It's not a little white book. It is a book. It is so detailed, and she has really worked on, it's not just, oh, I think this animal is cute and it reminds me of this card. She has really done her homework with symbolism and linking together imagery with animals. So well done, Leeza. This is excellent. For some reason, I feel really drawn to use this deck for this challenge. And I haven't read with it, and the artwork is great, but it's just so different than anything I usually use. So we will see how this goes. This is kind of fascinating. All right, so I'm going to shuffle. I already shuffled a little off camera, but I'm going to shuffle a little more. The way this challenge works is you're supposed to pick a mentor card, and I actually asked Rosa of Swords to clarify how one does this, or if there's a specific type of card it has to be. Does it have to be a major arcana? And she said no. That's my son's hand. He desperately wants to be a YouTube celebrity. So she said that it does not have to be a major arcana or anything like that. It doesn't have to be a court card. It can be anything you want. And I'm going to take this a step further, and not only is it going to be something that I choose, but I'm not gonna choose based on what I perceive to be my mentor. I'm just gonna flip through this, and whatever speaks to me, and that will be my mentor. So step one is to shuffle your deck and choose your mentor. Look at that little llama page of pentacles. It's so sweet. Oh, and the rabbit family for 10 of pentacles. Oh, and the puffins. Look at that. Oh my goodness. You know what? Ace of Cups, you are my mentor. That hummingbird is sweet. That chalice is gorgeous. It's just beautiful. All right, so the way that this challenge works, is you shuffle your mentor back into your deck, and then you choose, when you're done shuffling, you go through your deck face up, and you find the card that goes before and the card that goes after your mentor card, and you do your reading based on that. And I find that very interesting. That is completely the opposite way of how current readings of tarot and other oracle cards work. Currently, we usually do spreads. So many spreads out there on Instagram and on Pinterest. So this is like a different direction and interesting. So we are going to look for my Ace of Cups. Oh, there's my ace. And ooh, can we see? So the cards to the left and right of my ace were the World and the Knight of Swords. That is very interesting to me personally. the World, as the last card in the major arcana, the last card of the Fool's Journey. It's so interesting to get that card at the end of a year. I mean, if you follow the Gregorian standard year, and we're now in December, so it's interesting to get that card. It's like a completion of the journey, and especially the way, I think this is a coral reef seen from above, which is a fascinating way to see the world. The world to me is a very, oh hi cat, thanks for blocking my video. The world to me is a very kind of a zoom out. Ooh, and the cat discovered the camera stand. The world is a very zoomed out view of the journey. A lot of the journey is introspective and following a person and their struggle and their quest. And then when you get to Judgment and the World, you get to these themes that are zoomed out and very universal and very meta. So that's fascinating to see, like a zoomed out coral reef. Kind of stepping back and looking at the big picture and looking at the whole journey. And on the Knight of Swords, I know people hate swords. There's so many depressing sword cards. I like swords. I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm also an Aquarius, and so I'm an Aquarius and I'm a Slytherin. God, I'm a Ravenclaw, and both of those are so swords to me. It's just the element of air and the quest for knowledge and for intelligence and for understanding, and like this higher need for knowing. We are the Hermiones of the world and the great learners. Sometimes the know-it-alls, which probably leads to all the problems that happen in swords. But I really like this crow or this raven. I am not only a swords fan, but I'm also a huge corvid fan. Ravens and crows are brilliant, and we don't even understand what they know, but they can solve problems and use tools, and they are amazing birds. Not a crow or a raven. Duh, it's a rook. Still a corvid. It's kind of brilliant, though. The Knight of Swords is a rook. Quick thinking. Defending the group. Like I mentioned, they use tools. They're just so smart, and I mean, it's just like this. It is. It's a knight, the knight and the swords combo. It's quick thinking, but slightly impulsive, adventurous, just ready to go. A very adolescent view on swords and wisdom, which is useful. I mean, we need it. And that, it's interesting in some ways. I do associate with this, and I have to be kind of resourceful in my life and the way that my family life kind of plays out. I can see that being me. The interesting thing about kind of a Knight of Swords person is that, I mean, it's good to have them on your team, but you don't want to face one on the opposite team. It's also important, if you have a Knight of Swords in your life, to know that that's their role. It's interesting, Leeza mentions in her book that it's a catch and release mentality. And that's kind of true. I mean, corvids find a shiny and they grab it and they want it. And they are a little selfish and can kind of fixate on it that way. So that is a good reminder. I almost see this as where I should be looking, and kind of like a gentle, not a huge no, do not be this way, but a gentle reminder of maybe check your rook qualities and look more towards this if you want to achieve mentor status. So this was fascinating. The way that this continues is that for the rest of the week, I will stay with my Ace of Cups mentor and continue to shuffle the deck and see what's before and after within the deck order. And then next Friday, so a week from today, I will pick a new mentor And then I will do it the same, and then all 4 weeks. That's what we do. So thank you so much, Rosa of Swords. This was awesome, and I'm really excited to spend my December working on this deck and on this concept. Thanks. Bye.